son, behold, because I talk about me. I am Africa. I am the blazing desert yonder, a tall black rain amidst the sand. Egypt, my head, the Nile starts. Azania, my toes. Aren't you tired, letting me flow rivers, my blood? I talk about me and talk about man. I am Africa. I am man Ogun's image, made from the soil, Abibimar. Hide and seek I lived on savannah grasslands, talking freedom, eating courage, dreaming liberation for the African soil. Thus I talk about you and talk about me. I am Africa. Africa, my beginning in Africa, my end.
Izani bantakwethu nizokubona uba isiqalo se-crossroad sasintoni. Siyintoni ngoku isiqalo se-crossroad? Hambani bantakwethu, hambani, hambani, phakama emotweni. Hambani, hambani naphoswa ngumkhumbi kaNoah. Hayi ntaba uyi-6 months, you have got 6 months already. Yeah, please. Please, I don't want an argument, Rosie. Wonke ubani siyamfuna ngoku e-crossroads. Please, izani bantakwethu.
This is Crossroads, a shanty town outside Cape Town. These homes have been repeatedly bulldozed and the people harassed for years. The people have no rights. The state regards them as illegal residents. The women of Crossroads have devised a play which tells the story of their struggle for the right to live where they choose. It's the women of Crossroads who have created this community in defiance of South African laws which break up the families of black workers, forcing the women and children to live apart from their men in remote rural reserves.
Zaba wena, iza. Lamna ndigqom ngakathi. Wonke abantu igqom. Kaze mina nomkhalo kamamuluke pheyani, ize nomshaka kamamuluke sizawutshayela apha balekani. Yes.
They have adopted a traditional wedding song sung to the bride as she leaves her family home to join her husband's people. Don't be afraid, don't be afraid, this is your new home.
This is our story. We come from different bushes. Bushes like Elsie's River, Parkwood, Retreat, and many other bushes. And we have been called by Barb to come and build our houses in Crossroads, which is a Bantu area. More of us.
Retreat, I'm coming from LC's.
They've broken my house 3 times.
It's 4 times they've demolished mine.
They say this is a black area. I wonder if that is true.
I wonder what is their aim to break our houses.
Mr. Van Wyk, what? You know what I have seen?
Oh, no, what?
Right in the bush, these bloody Kaffirs have made their houses.
Which
What? Right in the bush, these bloody Kaffirs have made their own houses. Have a look. Yeah.
Oh, my God, what can we do about it? Bloody couple made it. What gaat ons nou maak, Peterson?
Look, how many houses are there?
All right. We go to solve
Let
their
us give these people permits. And then you will say to them,
Yes,
okay,
yes.
go and pay the rent.
Exactly.
After that, they will stay there, and then you will write and tax them.
Exactly,
And you will
exactly,
get
exactly.
money from those people.
Yes, that's right.
The Afrikaner policemen are meticulously caricatured.
Julle moet stadig oor die klippe wees. Want hy cover my is baie
Ja,
wat.
ja, ja,
Let's
ja.
go.
And as for
From their turn of phrase to the way they comb their hair.
now, I'm going to give you a number.
What for? What number for?
Then you will permit her to stay in the bush.
First class, fantastic.
Ah, gooi jou bek. Sal jou stuk en klap.
Give her number 1. What's your husband?
I'm a widow.
You're a widow.
Widow, but you stay in the bush.
How
Why?
long are you
Yes,
here in
I'm
Cape
going to
Town?
stay in the bush if you don't care about me.
For how long are you here in Cape Town?
I don't know. I cannot remember. But a
When
long
did your
time.
husband die?
He died in 1970.
How many children have you got?
I got 8.
8 children.
Yes.
All right, Mrs. Mapas, I'm going to give you a number, and then you'll be well permitted to stay in the bush.
Is that true?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Why are you asking true? Doesn't you know the law
You
is
have been
true?
following us up all the time, man.
Ah,
I
man,
can
shut up.
never believe you.
What is it now? Why you follow us again?
The women's suspicion is justified. While the community sleeps, the police plot their next move. They will raid the town with guns, dogs, and tear gas.
Ja, Mr. Van Wyk.
Ja, gaan aan. Ja, Peterson.
Hoe gaan die? Ja, Pieter.
Ja, Mr. Van Wyk. Ja, hoe gaan dit? moet huis toe gaan land toe.
Uthi umhlekazi uyagoduka ke ubheke eTranskei.
What for? Sefra die wet sê sy moet huis toe gaan.
Uthi umhlekazi umthetho uthi funeka uthunyelwe kowenu.
I was born here in Cape Town, 1931.
Ah, shut up!
What am I going to do in Transkei?
What?
Because since I was born,
Look here, the law doesn't allow you to stay here. Your husband allowed to stay, not you. Matanzi must got a place for you.
how many pieces, Mr. Van Veer?
Ah, shut up! Ask me what you know about pieces.
But I think, Mr. Van Beek, South Africa is for
Yes,
everybody.
say how you back.
South Africa is for everybody.
Hey, keep quiet.
Sefra X says South Africa is only for whites, not for
There's
natives.
no such. It's for everybody.
So I'm going to show you where you're going to
That's
stay.
some
The
few
law is
days.
going to show you.
I'm going
You
to-
take care. She must go home.
Help for me.
Ah, shut up.
Look up your commotion.
Come on. Come on. Come on, come on. Except, come on.
Mama Luke is put on a train with her child and her few belongings and banished to the Transkei. She is dumped in the middle of nowhere. She has lost her child.
Ek het vanmiddag oproep gekry. Van die hoofkantoor af.
Wat?
Hulle sê Crossroads must go.
Crossroads must go.
Crossroads
I'm
must
so
go. Hulle sê die wet is die wet. Crossroads moet
Die
gaan.
wet is die wet, jong.
Nou moet jy nou mooi luister, né? Vat nou hierdie paar notas.
Ja.
Dan steek jy vry kan vir my verrassing. Ek sê, en die wet sê, hulle moet hulle klere mooi pak. Hulle moet vanmiddag Crossroads must go.
Die ding is
Ai,
geroes, ja.
man. Sa gamos
Dis 'n
wat
gamos, man, hy's geroes.
nou toe.
Maar hy het baie werk gedoen, jong. Hy sal oud dalk.
Wat?
As soon as the demolition has ended, the women rebuild their homes. It is a cycle of defiance which has been repeated for years.
Angandiboni. Oh, Nkosi yami. I have no place to go. Oh, uzondikhuphula. Uzondikhuphula. Awanalosiza amabhulu. Awanalosiza amabhulu. Akhangeleka njengabantu abangathandaziyo. Akhangeleka njengabantu abangathandaziyo amabhulu. Awanalosiza amabhulu.
And in defiance of a banishment, Mama Luke returns to Crossroads.
There's no house, no toilet.
Kubani nakuluke molo luke linjalela setiskai
Be
mntana
hopeful, we shall not move at
we
Crossroads.
shall not
The message of the play is to show the black struggle in South Africa, how the blacks are treated by the laws. That is to show the people, show the world what they do to us.
It's to show how unfair is the government here in South Africa to separate a man and a woman. Only the black nation can't stay as a family. But the white, never mind where he comes from, he can stay where he likes to stay. He can do what he likes to do. He's got his own rights. But the blacks never, because with the government separate and the government are here, it's really cruel and unfair. That's why we thought now we must have something to spread the whole world that they must know how is the South Africa government.
Oh, short, Mrs. Ndongane.
Here in South Africa, the blacks are struggling hard. Look at today. The white is carrying his wife like a briefcase. But the black can't carry his wife like a briefcase. And God created from the start a man and a woman to be separate by the death. But the government just look over that. He doesn't look in it. But he say he's fair.
We mean that we are not going to move from Cape Town,
If they
because
doesn't
that's
do
where we
their
get our
promises.
jobs. That's where we get jobs, money and doctors. It's here in Cape Town. We don't want to go to the country because we know there's no life in there. There's nothing for us. The part I played, or we, the Transkeian women played, we are there in the country. The husbands do not send money. You see, they stay here in Cape Town for years and they forget about their families. And we starve there in the country. They get married with other women here and they forget about us. That's why we came to them to join them. And we mean not to go away from them again.
In October, the South African government made their final statement on the future of Crossroads. 16,000 people will be forcibly removed. For the people of Crossroads, this will be the final confrontation. The Gibson Kente Company, the most popular theatre group in Black South Africa. They are constantly on tour, playing to packed halls in ghettos and villages throughout the country. It's illegal for a black person to remain in any area other than his hometown for longer than 72 hours. The company's new production, The Load, will play here for no longer than 3 nights. It's a commercial company with a huge following which needs to play in large municipal halls. In each area they visit, they are obliged to submit the script to the white officials for vetting and censorship.
Ja, bro, Paul. Was ist der Sinn so warm?
After traveling overnight from their last venue, the actors themselves set up and strike the sets. The theme of this production is the struggle of a mother to raise her children alone in the ghetto.
Some of the young black playwrights and theatre people here had criticized your work for being commercial and escapist entertainment. But what do you think of that criticism?
Well, it is common that people expect others to do things they're scared to do, things that are dangerous. We have tried this before, and there's no point in putting up a production that is going to be clipped off by the government, after the first performance. If it's political, it must have an entertainment element. This is important to me. So escapism, I don't know what they mean by that,
Although on one level, Kente's production seems to be merely an entertaining musical, it's something more than that. The Lode tells the tragic and familiar story of the breakup of family life in the ghettos.
Baba,
Here, a father tries to explain to his daughter why he has to leave.
I must go.
kulungile baba.
But I will come and explain to your mother. No more help from me. I married my child.
Baba, you mean you won't visit me anymore? Buy me clothes, bring us food.
Please understand my child. Understand my baby. I cannot help it.
You don't love me anymore. You don't want me anymore. Help my mother with money.
It won't be easy, my child.
If I miss you, Baba.
Please understand my baby. I will come to your mother and explain.
I bring an order from my husband. See you tomorrow night. Answer me, Baba. Answer me, Baba.
I will come to your mama and explain my child.
Answer me, Baba.
Oh, no, my lady.
Answer me, Baba.
I will come home, my baby.
Answer me, Baba. Answer me. Baba! Baba, wait! Don't you want me? Won't you visit me? Baba! Baba, wait!
Despite the popularity of Kente's work and his success in portraying the struggles of everyday life, he is still criticized by radical writers for failing to examine the fundamental causes of oppression in South Africa.
Yes, maybe they're right. Only if they appreciate that, pointing at the underlying causes is pointing at the law, naturally. And we're back to square one, the show being clipped the first day. Most of the things are not quite sad, but you feel the underlying spirit in everything. And in a government like mine, you obviously have to find some form of implying things, because once you point at them, you know where you're going to end up.
What happened to how long the production? The play?
Well, it was banned in '76, after running for 3 years. And we tried to make a film out of it, and after finishing the film, the government banned it too.
What happened to you?
And they locked me up. Section 10. For 6 months, you don't know how long you're going to stay there and why you're there. It upsets you.
And when they released you, did they say anything then?
Nothing. Like they close that door, they open it, and frustrating. I mean, when you've done something wrong and you've been to court and you've been sentenced, I'm going to serve so long, it eases your mind. But to stay indefinitely behind, iron bars is another thing altogether.
What effect do you think that's had on your work? Do you think it's made you more cautious?
Well, cautious, I don't know. It's made me aware that I'm living in a country where other people's fears can be dangerous to some of us. Because to me, this is all fear. I mean, to lock up a person who's done nothing is a reflection of fear.
You bastard! I also want to live and enjoy my freedom. Take care.
Egoli, a play by Mazimela Manaka.
Talk about care as if you can look after your freedom. I am trying to cut these chains that curse my manhood. Change that rust on your brains, and you are busy talking about death. But you're killing. Stop telling me about killing you. God created man, not for man to kill man. Yet man suppresses man. He executes terrible laws that crucify and persecute another man. Man should not inflict pain. But you inflict pain on my chained neck, killing those chains on your brains, but not you. Bloodsucker, woman killer. How many souls have you sold before you were born? How many black women have you raped before you were born? Bastard.
2 workers in a Johannesburg gold mine relive their escape from prison in a dream of liberation. It's an uncompromising political theme, but by playing to a small audience in an unofficial hall, the production has circumscribed the law and avoided both vetting and censorship.
Do you know death? Yeah. I have seen people die like tree leaves in winter. All of us entombed in the dusty streets of Soweto.
Unlike Gibson Kente, Matsimela Manaka has dared to use an original and dramatic form to explore the root cause of injustice, the political economy of South Africa.
We cannot focus try to solve the social conditions without solving the economic base, the economic system. So that is why I wanted to bring up the people who are involved more in the economy of the country, like the mine workers, and the people who are responsible for the economic system of this country, especially the gold, which is almost the means of exchange. Without gold, South Africa wouldn't be what it is today.
Manaka's play is called Egoli, City of Gold, the black man's name for Johannesburg.
I knew Joburg before I was able to converse with it. Prowling out of my mother's womb into the dusty bed of death. I saw people dying for what they are deprived of. Good. I knew Joburg. I was born there. Good. Joburg City. Egoli, city of misery. People slave Egoli. People die Egoli. Egoli together we slaved. Egoli wearing chains on our brains. Egoli. It's Egoli. 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 People slave Egoli. People die Egoli. Sigila weso manda susa izita siza isizwe.
Most of the people have been assimilated within the notion of believing in God. Whatever problems they have, they must always think of God. So what I wanted to bring out is that you don't have to leave all cries to God. that is why the second saw, it is absolutely not compromising. It has nothing to do with begging for their liberation. They've got to fight for their liberation. They've got to work with vigor and more oomph.
The chain has become a snake, a symbol of evil in African mythology. It must be killed, but it cannot be touched.
There is no place to hide under the sun. The prisoners believed if they escape from prison, they'll be free, only to find that they're still chained underground. I mean, it's a question of commitment. And I've seen most of the people becoming involved in arts. It's a question of commitment. If you're committed to a certain extent, then you easily justify the existence of art, of black art, especially theater for liberation, not theater for cultural amusement.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, I continue.
Yeah.
Wake up.
Yeah. Right.
the Mihloti Black Theatre of Soweto. Ingwapele Madingwani, the poet laureate of Soweto. His works are banned but known throughout South Africa, known by word of mouth.
Our reason for using the drum is to, reconstruct the link between our present type of poetry with the oral type of poetry, whereby we had commissioned poets, what I would call izibongi, who would convey a message by interpreting the drum from the drummer to the poets, and from the poets to the people, to praise our chiefs, to praise liberation forces, and then listening to people who come with these oral messages. We are sort of being encouraged to go on.
Further up. Yeah. The shop. We've had more than one of our readings, and this will be the third performance so far.
The performances are sacred, the writings banned.
The police have a very strong, paid informer network where you find a person who happens to be within the audience will go and tell the police that this is what happened, and so this is how you get a raid.
Mihloti are based here in Soweto, the largest black ghetto in the country, 10 miles outside Johannesburg. They are performing in the backyard of this shop. Their performances are free.
Siyangqongqoza ama-Afrika sivuleleni singene. Namhla kuzawuthethwa inyaniso zodwa. Akafikanga agalelekile amakhwenkwe eMihloti. Indoda eluwequweqile nenhliziyo kanina sicela inyebelezelo. uJudas adaphume ngefestere singade simbambe ngezandla. Obecinga ukuba iMihloti ifile ndithi yeha.
Go, men, go. Go, men, go. Black men, go. Black men, go. Go, go. Go, black men, go. Black men, go. Go, men, go. Go, men, go. Black 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 men, go. Go, men, go. Go.
Iyo ndazola ndazola wahlabe kaleni
Uva komande kuthi qoko kwenyukela wahlabe kaleni ntombi olilo iyo ndazola ndazola wahlabe kaleni ntombi iyo ndazola ndazola wahlabe kaleni ntombi uva kumandi kuthi qoko kwenyukela Oh, iyo, ndazula, wahlabe caleni. I talk about me. I am Africa. I am the blazing desert yonder, a tall black rain amidst the sand. Egypt my head, the Nile starts. Azania my toes, aren't you tired? Letting me flow, rivers my blood. I talk about me. I am Africa. I am man, Ogun's image, made from the soil of the demand. Thus I talk about you and talk about man. I am Africa. Africa, my beginning, and Africa, my end. They came from the west and sailed via the east, with hatred and disease flowing on their flesh, and a burden to harden our lives. They claimed to be friends when they found us friendly, and when they met being foreigners, they fought for the rain. Exploiters of Africa, Africa, my beginning, and Africa, my end.
Africa, my beginning, is a tribute to those who have succeeded in liberating themselves and to those who are about to get their liberation. And it's a call to action.
Behold, my son, behold. Behold, man's anxious call towards a step to reality. Behold, the ancestors wish that a day shall dawn from the annals of creation to be known as Africa Day. Before you count your fingers, comparatively with the coming years, man's anger will emerge like smoke fumes with Africa Day in his background. Behold, my son, behold that your pace is set on the right footing. From the west and sailed via the east, with hatred and disease flowing on their flesh, and a burden to harden our lives. They claimed to be friends when they found us friendly, and when they met being foreigners, they fought for the rain. Exploiters of Africa, Africa my beginning and Africa my end. They asked Mugabe that unataka nini hapa ni nchi wewe. He said binadamu wote ni ndugu zako na Afrika ni mcha. Ndataka mbari ya Zimbabwe mimi mwenyewe. In Africa my beginning, in Africa my end. Suckers of my country, they laid their sponges flat on its soil and absorbed its resources to feed their coffers. Agostino has spoken the language of the poets, that they went away in multitudes and forgot their hearts behind. But late is never a bad start. In Africa, my beginning, and Africa, my end. No easy walk to freedom. 10 lonely years, black hopeful men, food being their wish, courage as their pay. For once Africa was respected, for a leader has emerged, from the bush to Maputo, Viva Frelimo. Africa my beginning and Africa my ending. I remember Jatoivo. Namibia is not lost. Nujoma is not idle. He'll be a coward if he does. You might as well know that Germany is no more. In Africa my beginning and Africa my end. Tanzania, here I come from apartheid in tatters, in the island of sorrow for the Marathon bandage, the Sharpeville massacre, the flames of Soweto. I was born there, and I will die there. From the dusty streets of the Ogaden Desert, I saw red blood soaked with dusty soil, black Eritrea sons fighting tooth and nail to restore their heritage, the Horn of Africa. Africa, my beginning, and Africa, my end. Let's do something. Bo.